I posted a picture to the knitting subreddit last week of the inside of this snowdrift afghan that I'm working on. As you can see, I've been working really hard to get my floats nice and even. I've been knitting since I was a teenager, and I'm in my 30s now, so you can tell I've practiced quite a bit. So I wanted to post a video that shows how I do that. So I'm at a point in my chart where I've got a lot of little motifs coming together. So the white beads mark the center of each snowflake, and the blue beads mark the center point between them. So I'm going to show you on this snowflake. I've just finished this little gap here, which is ultimately going to be a steek. So I knit one in white, two red, and then my chart is really far away, so I had room for the camera. Let's see. I cannot knit with a camera in between my hands, so this might be a little awkward. So I'm a thrower, as you can see. It's the way my mom taught me, which is the way her grandma taught her. So, okay, now I'm a couple past the marker. I've knit a total of 4 stitches, and you can see there's a float, not on the row below, but on the row 2 down. And I like to stack my floats so that I catch them with at least 3 rows in between each catch. So I've knit 4. I don't like to go more than 6 for a worsted weight yarn. Anything that's about an inch is the maximum that you want to do. So you can see I've caught a float 2 rows down from where I currently am. So here's number 5, and there's the float I caught on the row before this one. So I'm going to do one more, 6, and then catch my float by just twisting my yarn. And then I have a total of, what, 6 red stitches before I need white again. So after the marker I have 4. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then I bring the white yarn. I've got the red here, I bring the white yarn under it and around the needle, and that makes the white pop out a little bit more according to color dominance theory. And then in order to keep the floats just a little bit loose, I don't stretch out my stitches a lot because that will leave really long floats in the back, and you don't want those to be, you know, flapping all about the place. So I just sort of, I make sure that they're not scrunched up super tight, but I don't stretch them out really wide, just enough to make the fabric relaxed at that point in the knitting. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 6 white to do, which is a good distance. 2. I'm going a lot slower than I normally knit because I've got a hand on either side of my like little camera stand back here. 3. This is hard to do with a camera on. Okay. 4. 5. 6. And I need 1 red. So again, I'm just gonna make my stitches relaxed, but not stretched, not bunched, just sort of as if there was no needle at all and it was just, the blanket was just lying on my couch. Bring the red over the white, catch it, pull it through, 1 white, then I need 4 reds in my next section, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm at the center. This is the middle stitch of my snowflake motif. Slip a marker. Again, relax the yarn between the float, bringing the white under. And I don't think I'm doing colorwork knitting the way it's traditionally done, where you have one strand over one finger and the other over your middle finger. I just sort of pinch them with my thumb, and I've honestly never given much thought to it until I started thinking about making this video. I mean, you do whatever works for you, right? Every knitter is a little bit different, so 1, This blanket is starting to get pretty big and heavy, so I gotta wiggle it around a lot to keep everything in frame. 4, relax the stitches. 1, 1, and then how many did I have? 6. 1, a little more yarn here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Relax the stitches. And then I have 1, 2, 4. 4 is about the minimum I like to do, but again, you can see I've got a catch, not on the row below, but 2 rows down, so we'll do 5. Let's see where we are. Oh, and there's no float on this one, so I'll go ahead and catch it in between stitches 5 and 6. And there we go. That is one snowflake row of one motif done. And as you can see, my floats aren't too tight in the back, but they're also not hanging super loose. There's just enough slack that I can retension if I've got a wonky stitch somewhere, and it'll still give a nice stretch when I block it. So yeah, there you go. That's how I do the thing. Happy knitting!